Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here. Before we get into this video, I just want to say a really big thank you to One Football. Who are One Football? Well, if you've been watching these preview videos for a little while now, you will know that they are a football app, and a really good football app at that. I don't promote rubbish stuff on here. One Football came to me. I'd already downloaded their app before they offered to sponsor some of the videos. So One Football, it's got everything in one app, all of the stats, all of the fixtures, all of the results. You can bet on there, you can predict on there. It's just a really cool little function. I'm following Norwich City, so I get little notifications come through. If there's ever news, I've got goal alerts on Saturday, fixtures coming up, results that have happened. You can check league form. I love to check what the opposition teams are doing. So yeah, One Football, link to the description. Go and download it, and also their YouTube channel is really cool as well. There's a link to that in the description too, so go and check them out. This is going to be my kind of Brentford preview, more or less, and also just touching on that Sheffield United game a little bit more, because why not? We want away from home. That doesn't happen very often, so let's just milk it completely before everyone gets bored of talking about it. And let's start with the embarrassment of Sheffield United, and what on earth was all of that backlash about? I cannot believe the pure bitterness of a lot of Sheffield United fans, a lot on my Twitter, a lot on my YouTube comments, and their manager, Chris Wilder, going on one of the most embarrassing rants I have ever listened to almost to the fact of I was listening to him speak, and I didn't know if it was like some kind of comedy, because he was going on about the Norwich City bus driver, saying he was disrespectful. I was like, what is this all about? He was saying that Norwich City time wasted. Well, there was 6 minutes added time. 4 of those added minutes were because he went on a rampage kicking water bottles about. Let's also not forget that we should have had a clear penalty when James Maddison was taken out. And let's also not forget they should have had a player sent off. So, in essence, we should have been the ones moaning about Sheffield United. It was clear that they've come up, had a nice little start to the season. They were 3rd in the table. I think they hadn't been beaten at home since January. Norwich City come, and they didn't expect us to be a little bit dirty with it and be a little bit nasty. And they lost, and they cried about it. And it almost reminded me of a grumpy teenager losing and a 5-a-side match at lunchtime at high school. But anyway, Sheffield United, it was a pleasure getting all 3 points, and I very much look forward to when you come down to Carrow Road. And also, on a more serious note, seeing that there were Norwich City fans, I saw one on the EDP this morning who had his jaw broken, a couple of others had like cuts and bruises and stuff, and 2 Sheffield United fans were arrested. Although the South Yorkshire Police first of all said that they were 2 Norwich fans who were arrested, and then had to correct themselves and say they were Sheffield United fans. So that wasn't great either. In all, just very embarrassing from Sheffield United as a football club at the weekend, and I'm very glad we picked up all 3 points, because it would have been even worse if actually they wouldn't have been moaning if they won. But yeah, just take a look at yourself if you're one of them Sheffield United fans who's throwing punches at dads and granddads and people like that. What are you doing with yourselves? Anyway, Brentford in the Carabao Cup tomorrow night, Tuesday night, away from home. It kind of come around really quickly, this one, hasn't it? This was the game that was drawn famously in the cup draw at Beijing or Shanghai, wherever it was. And now it's come around, and we've got a very busy month this month, haven't we? It was really interesting when Oliveira was ruled out for 2 weeks with his injury. It doesn't seem like too long, and then you realise you've got 5 games in that period. So, yeah, do I really care about this cup? Not really. I mean, obviously momentum is brilliant and winning games is brilliant. I'd never moan about winning football matches, but at the same time, I don't want players getting injured or there to be sacrifices made to league form to progress in this cup. I know Daniel Farke takes it very seriously. I very much enjoyed him calling the league the bread and butter. He's clearly picked up that phrase. So, yeah, I'm not too fussed about this one. Brentford, though, they're not in great form. They haven't won a game this season, a league game anyway. They've done very well in the Cup to get to this point. I think they've scored 8 goals in 2 games, similar to us, actually. But 4 draws for them this season. They, of course, lost Hotter, Harley Dean, someone else on deadline day. So they've lost a few of their real good players. But I was speaking to Billy Grant, who runs the Besotted Brentford fanzine. earlier on, and he was saying that they probably should have won all 8 of their games this season. They just can't finish. And their best games have come when they've had to change their whole team in these cup competitions. I think he said they made 10 changes in the first round and 8 changes in the second round. So it's going to be a very different squad to what we've seen in the league from Brentford. And it's probably going to be similar for Norwich City. I know that Grant Hanley can't play because he's cup tied, which is a bit annoying. But the likes of Alexander Tete, Tom Tribal are probably going to be dropped out. The same with probably Tim Close. Pinto might have to play, but you want to be resting your more senior players for me. As well as that, you look at a striking position. Cameron Jerome's probably going to have to play, unless we play a Marley Watkins in there or a Josh Murphy. Not really an out-and-out striker because we don't have any other out-and-out strikers except for Cameron Jerome. So I'd probably line up with McGovern in goal. I think he can do a job. And then the back line, I think I'd stick Marcel Franker in there. And except for that, I'd probably go with the same. Probably him next to Zimmerman, Stiepermann out on the left, Pinto probably out on the right. I'd definitely bring Harrison Reed back in and put him maybe in a 1 or in a 2 next to Tom Tribal. Definitely leave Alex Tete out because his knees are going to be shredded at the moment. And then probably stick Mario Vrancic back in there. And then in front of him, Madison's in contention, but I probably wouldn't risk him. Wes is going to be fresh, so I'd probably use him. Vilchka is good to go, I would have said again, so stick Yannick in there. And then you've got options. You've got Marley Watkins, who I'm sure is really eager to get on that pitch and get some minutes. So him, and then obviously Cameron Jerome up front. So there's going to be changes. I hope there's changes, but I think the changes that we will make will be good ones. So yeah, looking forward to it. My score prediction, I'm going to go for a 3-1 Norwich. I'm confident. I don't think Brentford are going to be too up for this. They've got a big league game against Bolton on Saturday. Bolton at bottom. They're second from bottom. So, big game for them. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Download OneFootball. Links in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Peace out.